Mike Jones.
Yes, sir. Big Kev, big brother. What's up, man?
Oh man, it's been too long since we've been able to do this together with a crosstown conversation, but we could not allow the Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox first series of the year
Yes, sir.
to creep up on us without talking about it, man. So look, we're gonna get into it. We appreciate all of you guys over on Chicago Cubs Central, Chicago White Sox Central, the Shottown Sports Network. We're gonna get into it right after the intro.
Thank you for watching another episode.
Right after the intro. That's how you know it's been a long time. But since we doing both teams today, right after the intro again.
Welcome to Chicago White Sox Central, your number one place for all Sox news and content.
All right, all right. What's the word, Chicago Cubs fans, Chicago White Sox fans? Welcome to your first crosstown conversation of the season. It's your boy Big Kev hanging out with my bro, Big Mike. What's the word?
What's good, homie? What's good, man? Super excited to be back with you, brother, man. Like I said, I miss you, but I also know you busy, man. I'll be busy, and we don't get to link up like we should. But to be able to do this episode, man, we had to. I had to hit the big homie up, like, bro. It's White Sox Cubs today, starting at 1:20. We got to talk about it.
Yeah, man. Cubs coming off a day off. They got to chill, relax a little bit. The White Sox had a chance to sweep Cubs rival Cincinnati Reds, but they didn't. They got killed 7-1.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. They won another series. So the White Sox are playing really good baseball in the month of May, Big Mike. Man, and they're 7-7 on the month. I know that don't sound like much for some baseball fans, but for White Sox fans, being 7-7 in the month of May compared to what 5-21 in the month of April, I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Absolutely, man. Listen, I have said when we were doing the Crosstown Conversations in the summertime, bro. I told you I was like, listen, I don't take the White Sox lightly at all, bro, because they made key moves, winning moves. Now, some of those players they lost, whether it be the injury or whether it be to them just not producing and them choosing to DFA them. But the White Sox, I feel like, are a lot more dangerous than people want to give them credit for, especially led behind Luis Robert Jr.
Yeah, I mean, Luis Robert Jr. hasn't had the best season. Neither has Andrew Vaughn. Frankly, the Chicago White Sox are being led by their youth, by their young
Okay.
players, and we'll get into the players that we expect to step up and so on and so forth. But I'm extra excited about this series. One, because the White Sox have been playing better against teams outside of their division. Like all the wins they got right now is pretty much against play teams that they don't got to play against to win the division. They lost 4 in a row against Kansas City recently. They played Minnesota, I think, 8 times. They've won twice. they haven't beat Cleveland. So it's been rough. But outside of the division, they've been doing well. And on the road, they're starting to play a lot better. You can see the Will Venable effect taking place right now.
Absolutely. I actually, your coach got thrown out for the first time. Was it last week or whatnot? Because he got mouthy. I was like, okay. Do you know Craig Counsell still ain't been thrown out of a game? He's been coaching the Chicago. He managed Chicago Cubs for 2 years now, and still has not gotten thrown out of one single solitary game. I'm like, Craig, do something.
Sometimes, and it reminds me of Billy Donovan. We used to say it about him over on the Bulls all the time. Like, man, get a tech or something. But Craig Counsell is one of those stoic, kind of chill type of managers. It's gonna take a lot to get a rise out of him.
I guess, man, but no, you guys' new manager has the White Sox playing good baseball in the month of May, man. I'm excited for this series. I mean, I'm really excited because Saturday I'm gonna be in the bleachers. I'm gonna be a bleacher bum on Saturday. Like I said, man, we're being a part of the Cup Snake pause. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, just enjoying myself out there at Wrigley, enjoying the festivities and hoping the Chicago Cubs can get a win for me.
Yeah, I hope they don't get a win. This is the only time that I root against the Cubs, man, is when they play against the Chicago White Sox. A lot of people don't understand how I root for both teams. It just is what it is. I grew up watching both teams, but
Sure.
when the Cubs play the White Sox, I definitely root against them. I did have a stretch where it was like, okay, I'll root for the home team in that series. It just didn't feel right rooting against the White Sox, so I just can't do that.
Sure, sure. And I mean, and it is what it is. I full on expect you to root for the White Sox, especially in the White Sox versus Cubs series. Some of the most legendary moments in baseball have happened during the Cubs White Sox series. But the most famous of them all is definitely the fight, between Michael Barrett and AJ Przinsky. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Whatever.
where AJ Przinsky got stole off of,
Oh
and got put in his
man,
place.
whatever, man. That if you want to bring up old stuff like that, that's fine. Even last season with Mike Tauchman hitting a game-winning home run on the
Oh
White
yeah.
Sox too. But he might be back in this series. Mike Tauchman might be back at some point this weekend and face his former team.
Listen, man, and for all intents and purposes, I hope it's Saturday. I hope it's while I'm there because pause again. I love the Palatine Pounder, man. Like I said, Mike Talkman was the man when he was playing for the Cubs, bro. Like we loved him. Like I still wish they would have been able to find a spot for him, especially now that we have Ian Happ out on the IL. Like I said, I could have definitely seen him, seen us making room for him in left field, and then still being able to have Seiya Suzuki be our DH. But again, like I said, both teams are kind of moving towards a little bit of a youth movement. I'm sorry, a youth movement too, man. We can touch on that real quick because
Yeah,
you
part of
have
the
young
youth
guys
movement
coming
is
up.
part of this youth movement is the two pitchers that we got facing off tomorrow with Shane
Yes,
Smith
sir.
and Kay Horton.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
it's gonna be listen, Shane Smith's record is not as good as his output. Right now, he's 1-2,
Hmm.
but with a 2.08 ERA,
Hmm.
43 in the third innings pitched, 32 hits, 38 strikeouts in those 43 innings, 15
Sure.
walks, and just one home run given up on the season for the young fella. And he's gonna go out there and give the Cubs all they can handle.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I've watched this kid, and I've looked at his mixtape so far, what he's been able to do this season, and he has found a lot of success. What's his pitch mix look like? Is he just like straight fastball? Is he got a slider mixed in there, a little changeup?
Yeah, he got a slider mix in there. It's a lot of fastball, but he basically throws a lot of pitches that people swing and miss at. The
Ah,
last time he pitched, 17 swings and misses. It was
okay,
just a lot of that. So he keeps batters off balance. Let's just say it like
okay,
that.
okay. Yeah, so he and instead of so it's not his velocity that's overpowering you, it's his movement and what he got.
He
Gotcha,
got people
gotcha.
out there looking foolish a little bit. And again, it's just the White Sox haven't picked him up, but his loss record could be worse than it is too. To be 1-2 after
Sure.
pitching like 6 games or so far this season, 6 or 7 games. He's been doing pretty well, man. I like the kid, and when they picked him up in that Rule 5 draft, I had people telling me that he wasn't even going. Okay, this is my boy. All right. I had people telling me that he wasn't gonna make the roster, and not only has he made the roster, he's looking like an all-star for the Chicago White Sox.
Ooh, listen, that's a big upgrade for y'all, man. That was definitely something that was needed. And then we look to the other side, and we have Kay Horton going for the Chicago Cubs. And he's actually going to start this game. So like I said, and Cade's record right now is 1-0. Don't let his ERA fool you either or whatnot. But he has a 6.75 ERA right now. With a whip of 1.0, and he only pitched 4 innings. He did give up 1 3-run homer in his last outing against against the New York Mets, but he also had one of the best hitting teams in baseball looking very foolish. His slider, it's like a sweeping slider that he has. That thing is nasty. It has so much movement on it, like it looks like it's gonna be a ball, and then right at the last moment it cuts in and hits on the and hits hits you right in the strike zone. So K Horton will find success with that. He also does have a high velocity fastball. And he also does sport a changeup too. So again, he does have a couple pitches in his arsenal that he goes up against. The thing with Cade is just going to be keeping the ball in the park and not leaving those sliders up in the zone, because the White Sox can hit home runs. Like I said, I mean, again, don't let the record fool you. And one thing I've talked about over on Chicago Cubs Central, all you Cubs fans know, is that you don't want to take, because the Cubs, technically, this is supposed to be the easy stretch for them. These 18 games, they played 3 against Miami earlier this week. They won those 3. They do 3 with the White Sox, and then they do 3 more against Miami. Then they got Cincinnati. So it's supposed to be an easier stretch for the Chicago Cubs. But I still, with the slumping offense that we have right now, I don't want the Chicago Cubs to take these White Sox lightly, because these young guys are going to come out with something to prove.
Oh yeah, that like right now, Shane Smith, he leans on his four seamer, right? I mean, obviously, pitchers they have a high ratio of fastball. He throws that about 43% of the time, but his changeup is what has pitchers out there looking like, okay, that's a pretty good pitch. He's struck people out 10 times so far on the season with his changeup, and his slider is right behind that with 8 strikeouts on that slider. And against right-handed batters, he's doing really, really well with that slider as well. So he got a curve, a sinker. He has a sweeper that he doesn't use. He's only thrown his sweeper 3 times this season, but his curveball and his sinker is mixed in there as well. Combined, he's thrown those pitches about 100 times on the season, but he's really a four-seamer, changeup, and a slider pitcher. And you're right, the Cubs have been struggling recently, and mainly because of injuries, right? That's what happens with baseball teams. You can start off as hot as you want to, but when people start dropping like flies, your numbers are going to start to try to slump a little bit too. They're going to have their hands full with Shane Smith tomorrow. But as far as the youth movement is concerned, man, the Chicago White Sox have Miguel Vargas, they got Edgar Quero, Chase Mydroff. Those 3 guys are taking care of business from the Chicago White Sox in the top of the order right now.
Okay. Yeah, no, and they're all their numbers look good too, and I love the way that these guys are coming and hitting with confidence, and driving the ball out. And like I said, I mean, you're just seeing the White Sox young guys come up and show that they have what it takes to play in the league. And like these guys aren't fly by the night guys. Like, the rebuild might actually be working for you guys. I think, which would be really cool for the White Sox to have a contender over there on the South Side. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, they could be just slightly ahead of schedule, and the way Colorado's looking right now, maybe it wasn't so bad last year. Because Jesus Christ, bro, they over there getting annihilated. They lost 21-0 the other day.
21-0. That's
Ain't that
crazy.
something, bro? You couldn't get one run, bro. Like,
Not one.
I would have tried to cheat to get a run, like something,
like, bro, like if it like go all you literally have to do is go out there. If you get a man to get a double, go out there and have him bunt, get him the third, and then a fly out gets or at least one run in. Come on, man, something. Steal home, something.
But yeah, with Chase Mydroff leading off for the Chicago White Sox, and I'm not sure, they gave him the day off today. They gave Edgar Quero the day off today, and it really showed because as a leadoff hitter, Chase Mydroff has so much patience, bro. Like, this dude will walk, he'll get a hit. He's batting averages at 246. You wouldn't believe he's a rookie. Miguel Vargas is playing a lot better. He could be doing a little bit better defensively, but he's doing a lot better too with hitting. He hit a big 3-run home run in extra innings the other day to get the win, to secure a series win. Luis Roberts Jr. is kind of rounding the corner a little bit. He's inching closer to batting 200. Andrew Vaughn, as much as I dislike him, he's starting to get a little bit better. Lenine Sosa. So we're just waiting for Tim Elko to catch up to the major leagues right now. He was killing in AAA, but he got called up this week, and he's trying to get a little bit better, but, he'll get there. But listen, man, you're absolutely right. These guys are not to be overlooked, and the Cubs are facing a team that's playing with confidence right now.
Yeah, and for that, the Chicago Cubs do need to start playing with confidence. It's been widely documented that Kyle Tucker is slumping right now, and for a guy that is widely expected to sign a contract somewhere between 300 to 500 million this fall, once this season is over with, you expect him to come put his mark on certain series. Now, when we played the Milwaukee Brewers, there were moments that Kyle Tucker put his mark on those series. Played the Diamondbacks, there were games where Kyle Tucker put his mark on that series. playing the White Sox, welcoming Kyle Tucker to the Crosstown Classic, I think is going to be huge, especially if he is going to endear himself and really become the face of not just Cubs baseball, but Chicago baseball. I mean, I think we both can agree throughout both teams, Kyle Tucker's the best player out of both teams right now, like I said. And so for him, he really needs to come put his stamp on this series. He'll be batting right after Dansby Swanson, who has taken over the leadoff spot since Ian Happ has went to injury, which I really think that has somehow affected Kyle Tucker too, because I felt like with Ian Happ hitting in front of him, he saw a lot more success. Also, Kyle Tucker has been second guessing the fastball. So if your pitcher Shane Smith that comes in tomorrow is primarily a fastball thrower, he could see a lot of success against Kyle Tucker, because Kyle Tucker has been second guessing the fastball and either getting on top of it or not squaring it up and hitting it out the park. Now, my hope is that he figures that out tomorrow, but we'll see.
I'm gonna need the Chicago Cubs to jump all over Cade Horton and welcome him to the league. This is game 2 for this young fella. He's gonna have to have one of those games where he's like, damn, like they jumped all over me, bro. Like my mama was watching. I don't even know. So the key players I do, like I said a second ago, and you can tell me your key players besides Kyle Tucker, but I do expect the young players to show up. But I do want to see more from our vets in this series, because they've been here before. Luis Robert Jr., you've been here. Andrew Vaughn, you've been here. I need you guys to go out there tomorrow, starting tomorrow and over these next 3 games, and get some hits, get some key hits, get some home runs, get some doubles, steal some bases, play to the crowd, so on and so forth. Get some sliding catches. Go out there and put your best foot forward, because for all intents and purposes, for the Chicago White Sox, who have no real postseason aspirations, these are the games that are going to feel like playoff games for the Chicago White Sox.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. And hey, I don't know about you, but Cubs Twitter and White Sox Twitter is beefing hard between the better center fielder in Chicago right now, because you know how we feel about PCA. And like I said, it's a bunch of Chicago White Sox fans that be trying to crap on PCA. But wait until you guys get there and you have to experience him firsthand, man. Like I said, because he's nothing to play with. He is leading our team right now in home runs. He has 11. Like I said,
I'm a big fan of PCA, and I'm not gonna sit here and say he's not good. But Luis Robert Jr., at least from a defensive standpoint, he's proven his worth for Chicago on the South Side for many years now.
Sure.
So far, offensively, he's not sniffing PCA right now. Like, as a Chicago White Sox fan, I can be realistic. Like, people want to talk trash, and there's some people who talk trash about the Cubs all season, talk trash about the White Sox all season. It's an everyday wake up and talk shit about the other team type approach for a lot of these baseball fans. And I'm just not one of those fans. But at the end of the day, I can't take away the talent that PCA has offensively right now, defensively too. Like, he's really, really good. So to say that he's better than Luis Robert Jr., they're going to have to prove it on the field in this series.
Absolutely. And I look for PCA to make his mark in this series also. So I have Kyle Tucker.
He's excited.
Oh, absolutely. You already know, because you know he's here to beat, and you know he wants the smoke too. Like, PCA really wants the smoke with anybody. Like, he don't care. So I'm looking at Kyle,
man.
I'm looking at Kyle Tucker. I'm looking at Pete Crow Armstrong, and put it on the board here. You said Shane Smith is a lefty.
No, I think he's a righty. Let me double check.
Oh, he's a righty. Okay, I put, not only will Moises Ballesteros get his first major league hit in this series, Moises Ballesteros is also going to hit 2 home runs in this series.
Man, going somewhere.
Moises Ballesteros coming from the DH position is going to get not only get his first major league hit, but he's also going to hit 2 home runs in this series. I'm telling you, man.
Donuts.
Like I said, you can mark it. I this feeling, and I might be there Saturday to witness Moises Ballesteros' first home run. The excitement.
And you might not. How about that?
The excitement is just palpable, because every time he comes up to the plate, like, he's been such a heralded hitter.
That man swinging at everything.
Oh yeah, no, he is swinging at everything, like I said. But at the same time, if your boy leave one of them sliders or he catch up to one of them fastballs, it's going far.
I mean, my man Shane Smith is only giving up one home run on the season, so I'm expecting him to continue the pace that he's at right now. But he could definitely catch one of the other guys, man. You know how it is.
Yep.
Because
You got Sean Burke on Saturday for Sean Burke versus Matthew Boyd on Saturday. Why did you just sigh so deeply?
because bro, like I'm thinking about Martin Perez, man. Like he was having such a great season, and I just thought
Yep.
about the fact that he's out for the
Yep.
year now.
Tragedy. And then Sunday we got Colin Ray going up against Jonathan Cannon.
Cannon been hooping though. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
Cannon been balling out, so
Yeah,
he's showing that he's better than he's been.
Yeah, he has a 3.6 ERA. He's 2-4 on the season, but that's because he ain't had no run help. In most of his game. I mean, his last game against Cincinnati, the White Sox lost 1-7. I think that was today's game, wasn't it? Or
Oh no. He his last game was the game they won.
Okay. Yeah,
It
okay.
was the second game when they won in extras.
Y'all lucky that y'all gonna miss Shota Imanaga, because I do believe Shota will probably end up returning to the I think Shota and Ian are pretty much set to return next week.
Ain't nobody scared of
Like I
Shota.
said, so hey, listen, man. Shota Imanaga is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Don't front yourself now.
Nobody's scared of Shota.
Oh,
He could be
man.
injured till next. We'll see him in July.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you will. So yeah, man,
Right.
those are my people that I think need to show up for this series, man.
All right, so I already know how this gonna go, but hey, who we expecting to win the series?
Big Kev, you already know. I am picking the Chicago Cubs to win the series. 2 out of 3. I give the White Sox one game, because Chicago Cubs have not played good on Sundays this year. It won't be because of Colin Ray and the White Sox will score a run late in Sunday's game, or maybe 2 or 3 runs against our bullpen. Because our bullpen is still trash. So I mean, you guys will never be out of any games because the Chicago Cubs bullpen is still booty cheeks. So there will be a chance every game for y'all to come back and win.
Crazy thing is, Chicago White Sox pitching is like one of their strengths again this season. Yep. And I'm expecting the White Sox to take 2 out of 3. I expect them to win Friday and Sunday, with the Cubs winning on Saturday.
Okay.
And you know, the White Sox are on the roll right now. They've won 2 straight series in a row. They beat Houston 2 out of 3, and then they took 2 out of 3 versus Cincinnati. So I'm expecting the Chicago. I mean, they beat the Marlins 2 out of 3, and then they beat the Cincinnati 2 out of 3. So I'm expecting the White Sox to keep their momentum going, especially with Shane Smith riding the ship today and Jonathan Cannon going on Sunday. I just expect them to win 2 of these 3 games.
Okay, man. Like I said, and you know what? I wouldn't put it past them, just because I know that your manager is going to have them young boys hype. Like the Chicago Cubs better be ready, because the White Sox are going to come out swinging, coming out looking to prove something in this series. And it's up to the Cubs, man, to show them like, hey, this still our town. Chicago still belongs to the Chicago Cubs, and it's up to us to not only take home that Crosstown Classic trophy again, but also remind the White Sox they still the little brothers.
Oh, here we go, man. Little brothers. Took because 115 years to win a World Series, but you know, it is what it is. All right, man. This is always a pleasure, man. We gotta do this way more often. My schedule is a little bit better now, so hopefully we can get back to the once a week protocol with that. But listen, man. Best of luck to you this week, and worst of luck to you simultaneously. Have a good time at the games. I'm sure that the merch is going to be lit. They're going to enjoy that. And I wish I could go with you, man, but I got some familiar things to take care of. So we appreciate you guys. Y'all already know what to do. Hit us up at 773-389-6954. Follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok. You can follow me specifically at Big Care from the Shy, Big Care from DACHI. You can follow Big Mike over on Chicago Cubs Central across the board. And you got anything else to say to the people, my guy?
Yeah, you already know how it is, man. Go Cubs, go. Let's remind the little brothers who they are, man. Put them in their place.
Whatever, man. We're gonna holler at you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you for watching another episode of Chicago Cubs Central, the #1 spot for all Chicago Cubs content. Remember to like, share, subscribe for more Cubs content.
And then, of course, since we're doing it this way, we're going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.